Hello everyone, Vampire 218 here, bringing you my week 1 match of the JBA Pokemon Draft Battle League. This week, I, as the coach of the Ontario Almastars, was against the coach of the Boston Bulbasaur's ND. So jumping right onto Showdown, we see that I bring Mega Lopunny, Ditto, Zoroark, Deontay, Cobalion, and Mew. And I thought this was probably the best set to bring because it allowed me to have Deontay as a tank, Cobalion as a tank, with both of them being rock setters and somewhat support. Mew as a heavy hitter, Zoroark as a heavy hitter, Ditto as a check heavy hitter because getting Ditto into Mega Metagross into an EQ also I thought would be a very good answer, as well as Mega Lopunny just to wall his team. Now, looking at his team, he ends up bringing Jellicent, Mega Metagross, Drapion, Landoti, Florges, and Sableye. And this is pretty good because, I'm not too happy as the ice weakness really isn't there that I had prepped for, but whatever. So, jumping straight into the battle, I will lead with Mew, who I have named not Zoroark. Or is it Mew? Either way, I go for the HP Ice, and I think at this point it is revealed that I am in fact Zoroark, and it really sucks because I got the minimum roll that I could have gotten here, because it was like a 97% chance to Oko, and I got the absolute minimum roll I could get, meaning he just lives, which really does suck, because had I actually led with real Mew and put an ice move on it, I still would have outsped, and I would have killed, which is really shitty because now my Zoroark not only gets revealed, pops its sash, but he gets to U-turn out. So it's really shitty for me because now I've revealed and I haven't secured the kill when I could have if I would have led with Mew, which also has the U-turn if it was an unfavorable matchup. So he U-turns into Drapion, and I'm just going to U-turn out because I know I outspeed, and it's better than just hard switching. And he goes for a knockoff, which, it kind of sucks, but I get the justified boost, and he knocks off my Life Orb. And this also makes a difference, because without my Life Orb, I'm actually not doing the damage to kill it. I get up Stealth Rock because I'm thinking the chances of this thing running an Earth move are pretty low, and it does run the Earth move, which is actually a little bit surprising to me, but whatever. So he gets the Bulldoze, and I get a speed drop, which sucks, because now he outspeeds me, and I didn't even think of that. So he outspeeds me, he gets a good hit. I have Rocks down, though, so I'm able to get an Iron Head, and without the speed drop and the extra attack, like if I hadn't gone for the rocks, I would have killed him, and Cobalion wouldn't be as low. So Rock Slide here, which is really weird. I think he thinks I'm predicting a switch. Either way, I go for an Iron Head, and right here is where he would have died if I had had Life Orb. So it sucks. Either way, he bulldozes me, and I die. I really didn't have an answer, though, because I didn't have a Flying type Mon to bring out to take care of that. So, oh well. I go back into the Zoroark and just U-turn to pick up a quick kill because I know I outspeed, and gives me switch priority. So I go into Ditto. And, I was thinking, because in every other match I go, you go into Ditto and they bring out a Mon, it lets you switch into it. But I think it's the way I did it with U-turn getting a kill. I think that's why it didn't allow the switch. Although it might be the clear body ability, I don't think that's what it is. I think it's the way I did it with the U-turn giving me priority switch, and then he died for his switch. So, kind of a mistake on my part, but oh well. You live and learn. So, seeing the imposter doesn't proc, I go into Deontay. And I completely forget, whatever, Deontay is quad weak to steel. But I'm figuring, I need to sack something at this point to get Mega Lopunny in on just a regular switch. And it really sucks here that Ditto didn't get that imposter, because that would have made a big difference. But I fucked up. So EQ, it hits, gets a critical hit, which really sucks because I'm dead. And then he goes for another EQ, which, sucks for me because now I'm dead. I am able to go into my Mega Lopunny now, so I can go for the Fake Out just for a free Mega Evolution. And I guess Sableye was his answer, but thinking the ghost type, but either way, you will see that Sableye has a recover, and because of Prankster, it's going to go first. And I use a return, seeing it doesn't actually do enough damage, because he will recover before I get to hit, even though I outspeed because of Prankster. So, not wanting to take that Rocky Helmet damage, I just switch right into my Mew, or not my Mew, my Ditto, just trying to see what set he has. And I see that he has the Wisp, and Confuse Ray, Recover, and he has another move, some damaging move, I believe. But either way, I see that, shit. Now, right here, I don't think that, I didn't realize that my Ditto would completely wall his Sableye, and would make him waste a bunch of PP. So I completely don't even think of that. And I also didn't think to bring Facade on my Megalopony, which is another big mistake I made. Because had I brought Facade, I could have eaten a burn, and it would have been good. I also didn't bring any fairy coverage other than on Deontay, which was a mistake. So I keep going for little switches here, hoping the confusion to hit, and I make a pretty big amount of misplays, because I could have just kept Ditto in, although it was Scarfed, which really does suck. Because until I eat a knockoff, I have to keep doing these switches. Although, I don't know, there really wasn't anything I do. I eat the knockoff here, which is good. Now, what I should have done is, the first thing I should have done, I believe, is knock off on the opponent's Sableye, just to get rid of his helmet, which means that Megalopony would have been able to hit for free. I didn't bring Facade, though, which is another reason I wasn't really wanting to do that. So I just keep making switches here, because I know that I need to do these things until I'm able to eat a knockoff, get rid of my Scarf. So it's a bunch of big stalls. I switch into Mew, you know. He finally switches into Florges, and I realize I get Toxic, which is good because I synchronize it back to him. I didn't bring Heal Bell this week either, because I'm pretty bad. So we're Toxicking, and I end up just hard switching into my Ditto to see what he's running. And I see that his set is a Wish, and then a bunch of really odd moves. So he's going to Wish Pass, and that kind of sucks for me, but I know that I can also Wish Pass. Although I can't do it too well, because, I mean, there's nothing I can do. I go for the Wish, and I have to switch into the Zoroark, which just dies, which is really sad, because, whatever, I lose Zoroark, but I needed to sack something at this point anyway. So I go back into Megalopony, and I go for the Fake Out. It hits, which is good. And he flinches, which is, you know, that's how it works. I go for the high jump kick, I connect. Now, it really sucks for me because the Wish got him quite a bit more health, and that was a low roll, so had the Wish not happened, I think I probably would have killed, so pretty shitty for me. Meteor Mash hits, I lose Megalopony. There wasn't anything odd there. I finally bring in Ditto, and I'm able to go for the Earthquake, outspeed, and just kill, which is really good. So now I am the Megalopony, and I just go for an EQ here because I'm thinking, well, see how much damage I can get on it. And I get quite a bit of damage with the crit, which is really nice. And he goes to the Hex, and it does a lot. So whatever, he heals a little bit. He switches out into Lando T, which just dies. And I go for the EQ here because it doesn't really matter. I knew if he swapped into Lando, it would die regardless, so whatever. Swaps into the Sableye and Will-O-Wisps me. The Will-O-Wisp matters because now my Earthquake is doing half the damage it would, and it sucks. So, I now have only Mew and my Ditto. And my Ditto's burned. So, it ends up being a pretty big stall we see here, you know, a lot of switches happening here, and eventually what ends up happening is we do a strategic switch into Florges. I switch into Mew, he Wish Passes, he gets a Protect up, it sucks. I'm able to get my Ditto into the Florges. Now, I have a special attack drop too, it sucks. However, at this point, I don't have a Scarf, I don't believe. Moonblast doesn't do enough to me, and I'm able to Wish, Protect, and get my health back. And Toxic has been eating away at this whole time, so he does a hard swap, which is a mistake on my part. If I would have gone for Moonblast, I would have won, because I would have just outright killed the Sableye. But either way, he goes for a Recover and Confuse Ray, so now I'm burned and confused, and I am able to here actually pick up a kill. So if you watch, I pick up a kill here, which is really nice. You know, Moonblast plus the burn damage gets a kill. Now, had I done it earlier, I probably would have won this match even from the mistakes I made, because that would have been Sableye dead a few turns earlier, conserving me health and whatnot. But either way, he just hexes me to death and I die at this point. Anyway, I have been Vampire 218, bringing you my week 1 match of the JBA. If you liked the video, please leave a like, share, comment, favorite, and subscribe for more Pokemon Draft League content.